maybe if we refocused a little of this house pet energy into tidying up the human condition, we'd all be a little better off. But, you know, you take a look at these people. You take a look at these people and you see that they're so glazed over with fanaticism, there's no talking to them. You take a deep look in their eye and you can see somewhere along the line they have been so horribly hurt or disappointed by their fellow human beings that they've chosen to become way too cordial with the animal kingdom. You know, if I could talk to the animals, I wouldn't, because they're fucking animals, all right? I have enough trouble being civil to my fellow human beings, much less sitting around a campfire with a quartet of loquacious spider monkeys. Yeah, Yim Yim, would you like another s'more? And now the mink is everybody's cause celebre in this country, the precious little mink. I guess so. Every time I watch one of these Mutual Omaha Wild Kingdom shows, the mink is the biggest prick in the entire forest. He's always got some young marsupial pinned on. He's gnawing his carotid artery eye. Yeah, the mink is a delight. Let's sit him next to Grandma, okay? I mean, how bad could his life be? He's wearing fucking mink. And trust me, if the roles were reversed, this little bastard would be wearing your pelt, okay? So when you hit your knees tonight, thank your walking upright God that it played out the way it did. And, you know, I need Bob Barker lecturing me a little more on personal ethics, you know. Maybe if I had spent the last 2 decades interviewing these semi-retarded game show contestants at the high-low wheel, I'd be looking to form study groups with orangutans, too. I especially love it when Bob cautions me against using any product that might involve animal testing for merely cosmetic purposes. Well, Bobo, what the fuck have you been dyeing your hair with for the last 20 years? I mean, have you seen this guy? He makes Edgar Winter look like Gabriella Sabatini, for Christ's sake. And can we rotate those Prices Right models every 2 or 3 millennium? That one gal is Nebuchadnezzar's wife. I guess the other big problem confronting this country now is the sort of Damocles-like specter, the dark presence, posing doom presented at us by the evil one, Satan's son, Andrew Dice Clay. Oh, isn't this a bunch of crap? Don't we look for things to bother ourselves about? Is anybody here that threatened by this man? Is anybody in this room so non-ego formed as an adult that they're afraid listening to his record album will make them kill another human being? I mean, come on. Isn't its worst sin is it's a tad innocuous? Nursery rhymes with the word pussy in it? Come on, folks, it's Fonzie with Tourette syndrome. We gotta take it easy. Just lighten up. I'll tell you why America loves this story, because it gives certain Americans the opportunity to speak for other Americans. And no matter what they say about baseball, this is the national pastime. Don't you hate it when the liberal intelligentsia in this country comes down from this tete-a-tete they're having with the burning bush on the mountaintop and deigns to speak for what they construe to be the unwashed, stupid masses? Well, you know, I can see through Andrew Dice Clay, but then again, I have a bachelor in communication from Tallahassee JUCO. But those people, the cattle, I don't think they get it. I best tip them to my personal wisdom. That is such a narcissistic bullshit attitude. These are the same people who worry about album lyrics. You know, folks, if your kid is capable of being pushed over the brink by anything Gene Simmons has to say, you're just not doing your job as a fucking parent, all right? Something was going to get this kid eventually, all right? A low-flying traffic copter, delinquent tax return, something. He always had the lead in the tin drum because he obviously had the silly straw chromosome in him from the get-go. You can't save everybody, folks. Just try not to be living next door to them when they go off. I have that crocheted on a pillow in my heavily fortified rec room. Seems to be an intrusive nature to religion now in this country that I don't quite understand. There isn't an hour of the day where a television preacher doesn't bully his way into your living room. I see through these guys like used Neutrogena. You know, they say they don't favor any particular denomination, but I think we've all seen their eyes light up at 10s and 20s. And I should preface these remarks by telling you I have nothing against born-again Christians. Indeed, if I was to be quite honest with myself, in some dark recess of my psyche, I'd have to admit that I'm a tad envious of these people, this amazing cathartic ability they have to turn all the wrongs, the injustices, the inadequacies of their life over to Christ. I wish I had this ecclesiastical whiteout. Unfortunately, I've been cursed with an intellectual starch blocker that prohibits me from having a charismatic scene in my makeup mirror with an archangel, but God knows I wish I could. I think the thing I find most cloying about Christianity is it's only after many of these people have painted themselves into irrevocable moral corners, then and only then do they turn their life over to Christ. Nobody goes to Christ on prom night. It's only when they fucked it up so horribly that nobody down here will talk to him anymore. Charles Colson, this guy was the biggest prick on the planet for 45 years. He gets popped for Watergate. They're leading him into Leavenworth where he's about to be sodomized for the next decade. All of a sudden, he found Christ. I guess Christ didn't see him first, huh? Oh no, here comes that asshole Colson. Probably wants to turn his life over to me. Taxi! Now 7-Eleven has bowed to pressure from the moral majority and removed Playboy and Penthouse from their newsstand. I guess to be fair, you have to look at it from the fundamentalist perspective. What they're saying is they don't want pornography out in the open because what it does is it forces a certain type of literature on somebody in a public place. It would be like, I don't know, say like, put the Bible in everybody's hotel room or, something crazy like that, I guess. Thank you for the heretical applause. I'll see you all in hell. The American legal system doesn't work. Can you believe Charles Manson is still alive? How bad do you have to fuck up before we pull the plug? This guy hacked up 14 people. He's on TV more than I am, for Christ's sake. I see him on Geraldo every 2 weeks like some psychotic greengrocer or something. I know you're not supposed to advocate the death of a fellow human being, but I think this cat reneged on his membership dues a long time ago, okay? I mean... Are we gonna save this guy? Anybody want a timeshare condo with this wizard, huh? He's a sociopathic chew toy. Seal the vault. The entire American legal system is out of hand, upside down, Koyaanisqatsi. It's all based on the premise of trial by jury. The only way you can get on a jury is if you prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you don't know shit about the case you're about to try. Consequently, we have people's lives being determined by 12 people in a room whose main goal in life is to wrap it up and get home in time to watch Alice reruns on the Superstation because they think Flo is a real hoot.